Have you ever sat in silence and wondered why your life feels so quiet now? Not peaceful quiet, but the kind that echoes. The kind that makes you question whether you were forgotten. Loneliness has a way of whispering painful lies. It tells us we are unwanted. It tells us we have failed. And sometimes it even makes us question God. But what if loneliness is not rejection? What if it is preparation? This is a story about that truth. In a small town near the edge of a wide river lived a woman named Elena. She was not famous. She was not wealthy, but there was something about her presence that made people slow down when they spoke to her. Elena lived in a modest house with pale blue walls and a single window facing the water. Every morning, she opened that window, breathed deeply, and thanked God for one more day. She believed that gratitude was the first prayer of the soul. There was a time when Elena's life was full. Her husband, Samuel, had a gentle laugh and strong hands. Their daughter, Lydia, filled the house with music, questions, and endless energy. They shared simple meals, simple dreams, and quiet prayers before sleep. Elena never asked God for more than she needed, only enough love to keep going. Then life changed. Samuel fell ill slowly, like a candle burning lower each night. Elena stayed beside him through every moment, feeding him, praying over him, holding his hand when words failed. She begged God for healing. But more than that, she asked for strength. When Samuel passed away, the house felt unfamiliar. Not because it looked different, but because it sounded different. No footsteps, no laughter, no shared silence. Elena wept and asked God the question so many hearts ask. Why does love leave me behind? And yet in that quiet, she felt something unexpected. Not answers, but presence. The silence was heavy, but it was not empty. Years passed. Lydia grew older and moved far away for work. At first, she called often, then less, then sometimes not at all. Elena learned the sound of her own footsteps. She learned to eat alone. She learned how loud loneliness can be at night. There were moments when her heart felt unbearably small. But instead of turning bitter, Elena prayed differently. She stopped asking, "Why am I alone?" and started asking, "Who can I love today?" She baked bread and left it quietly on doorsteps. She listened to neighbors without rushing them. She sat with children who felt unseen. When people asked why she gave so much while living alone, Elena simply said, "God never wastes a quiet heart." One winter, Elena's health declined. She became weak. The loneliness returned, sharper than before. But then something remarkable happened. People came, people she had helped years ago, people she didn't even remember. They brought food, they sat with her, they prayed beside her bed. In that moment, Elena understood something deeply. Love given in silence is never lost. When Lydia rushed home and saw the room full of people, she broke down in tears. Holding her mother's hand, she whispered, "I thought you were alone." Elena smiled gently and replied, "No, my child. God was just teaching me how wide my heart could become." Elena later moved to live with her daughter. Life there was loud and crowded, yet strangely lonely again. Until one day, Lydia took her to a community shelter where abandoned children waited for care. The moment Elena sat among them, something awakened in her soul. She read stories. She held hands. She prayed softly over restless hearts. The children began calling her Auntie Elena. And once again, the quiet made sense. When Elena passed away years later, the room was filled, not with silence, but with lives she had touched. Lydia finally understood what her mother had lived by all along. Loneliness was never a punishment. It was training. Final message. If you are lonely right now, hear this carefully. God may not be removing love from your life. He may be expanding your heart to carry more of it. Silence is not abandonment. It is where God speaks the clearest. And love given through faith never disappears. It only finds new places to live.